Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500 with Elliott Wave Theory. On today's video we're comparing SP500 against the other indices that seem quite a bit more bullish than the SP500, and we'll take a look at how and what we should be trading. So overall, in my opinion, the best looking structure here on SP500 is currently this kind of WXY scenario where we have this as a W, X and looking for wave Y. It's not set whether this first structure is already done. To me, it looks pretty much done. It could be structure coming down here and then popping off for one more high to create a bit larger structure here in the middle before getting that last leg in, or we are just already done with it, and now we'd be creating a structure like that. So locally, I've labeled this as a wave W, as we came up in three waves in my opinion, here with an ABC, and then came down in three waves again, three here, and then ending diagonally here to complete that ABC structure, taking out the liquidity that we had here and then moving upwards. Now previously, when we were talking about this count from the lows that we had around the 4th of March, sorry, not March, but May, we had this as a 1, 2, 3, looking for wave 4 somewhere in here, and then popping off for 5th. That never happened. We never got that last leg in. So in my opinion, this is starting to become a bit too extended in time for this to be a wave 4. If we compare it here, we could be saying that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see how out of proportion this wave 4 is. It just doesn't make any sense in my opinion to compare it to this one. So I feel like the right way to look at this would be that wave 4 was already in here, 5th wave here, 3rd here, and this whole thing is done. Now, I don't really like the substructures of this wave 3 here, because I can't really see a wave 4 in any case, but in my opinion, this looks the best at this moment. Is it possible that, again, we are creating some kind of three-way structure here? Yes, it is, because again, this structure here in the middle is so large now that it just doesn't feel like it is part of this move anymore. Generally, when we want to have a impulse wave of a 1, 2 here, the wave 2 here does not take as much time as this has done. So generally, we want to be seeing that 1 to 1 being hit, but not too much more. So 1 to 1 here was around 9th of May, and at this point again, generally what I would be looking for this as a potential A, B and C. It's kind of hard to go in on here at this point. We did get some kind of rejection from around here, previous lows, so liquidity was taken, we got a move up and then potential move here starting, but I'm not quite sure if I like this. There's other indices, we have some a bit better structures, so we're going to be diving into those in just a moment. Yeah, 38.2, potential first look for higher structures. I think the way I would label this is something like this. So a WXY overall into the 38.2. Not biggest fan of this, but I feel like this is decent. I would not be going long against these lows at this point, because again, this is very small retracement, the 38.2. So keep that in mind. If I was too long, I would be going along against these lows here locally. Dow. Dow has been very much more bullish overall, where this would be an A, B and C. That's the main idea, or an ABC here in the middle, connecting this here, and where this B wave would be labeled in here. Overall, does not matter. The expectation here is that we are going to be looking for one more higher here. So at this point again, I would be looking for some retracement here. Now, Dow had created a new high here, unlike SP500, so it did not require one more high. And here the structures seem a bit better, maybe a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So again, that would be decent. We have that divergence here, and that fits decently well. At this point again, we would be looking for a pullback downwards. We have a potential pullback complete here, but I'm not quite sure if I like it. This came down if there is a chance that this structure here in the middle is the connector, and then we are doing something like this here again, or this is just a structure like this, another structure, and then structure here. So it might come a bit deeper. This has not even retraced to the 38.2, which is again making it more bullish than the S&P 500. I definitely want to be going long on Dow Jones at some point. Not just sure if this is the right spot. If this is to become the same thing that I was talking about on S&P 500, where this potential V wave here is not in yet, we would be looking for this as 3 and then 5 and then potentially looking to take liquidity here again and then move the B here and upwards again. Very exact same structure as this is starting to take quite a bit of time for it to be part of that impulse. Now Nasdaq, locally it was way more bullish where we had the potential of having this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3-way pullback and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, note that here we did take out the high as well, unlike in S&P 500. And here again we have some kind of potential 3-way move coming down. We did hit the 38.2 and we did get some kind of reaction from it. Again, we have not shifted really any market structure here. We have not taken out the previous highs or even local previous highs. So again, it is kind of bearish still. But if there is something like this to happen, then I might be interested in longing and going against these lows. Today is going to be the CPI data, which is going to be a factor here, deciding basically what we are going to be having. If this low breaks here, then we are going to be needing to have this as a connector wave structure instead. So at that point we would look for this. Not really a fan of this. I don't really like the idea that this would be an end of something. I really like that this would be a start of something. If we take out the lows here, I think this becomes more of an ABC overall, because again the time element that we've been talking about. So instead of being more bullish, so again ABC, potentially taking out these highs and then again going downwards more, potentially correcting this whole structure, because again we have been on just a sideways structure since around the start of April basically. So basically a month here we've been just going sideways, and whether that is going to be enough of time to correct this structure, move up, or is it just the start of that structure and we are just going to be coming back down here, give it a bit more retracement before continuation to the upside? I'm not quite sure yet. But again, definitely some opportunities to be had here shortly, in my opinion. But those are the things I wanted to talk about today on this video. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate likes and comments on this, and if you want to educate yourself, check out the following advertisements. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analysis. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and candle trend capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.